Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Father Figures, and this actually is starring Owen Wilson. I forget the other actor, but it's actually quite good. Excuse me, get this propped up here correctly. This is a really cute comedy, and I'd wanted to see it when it was in the cinema, and it would have been far better in the cinema as far as I'm concerned, but it's about these two brothers that they live a completely different life. You've got Kyle, played by Owen Wilson, Ed Helms. Yeah, Ed Helms plays Peter, who plays a gastroenterologist, or he's more of a proctologist than anything else, and yeah, quite the difference. But the whole plot is they're searching for their father. And since they were both young, their mother, who is played unbelievably well by Miss Glenn Close, she has fed them the lie that he died. And they learn, Peter carries around this photograph of his dad, and he sees this character on SVU who resembles his dad, and of course the questions start to mount. And Kyle says, well, we got to take cues in the universe, and we got to follow what the universe says, and trust our journey, and all these really esoteric, philosophical, very high vibrational sayings that I've heard quite a bit in drum circle. I mean, yes, they work, so I'm not discounting that. I'm not poo-pooing that for any, in any ways, in any means, shape, or form. But the movie itself is absolutely phenomenal. It's funny, it's hilarious, and there are actual moments that made me a little bit verklempt, to be completely frank with you. It's a great movie. Owen Wilson and Ed Helms, they have great chemistry. They're like a modern day Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, an odd couple. So it's very obvious where they've gotten their inference to have such a combination of night and day. And you get to see the two young men blossom and mature over time in their journey. And it's an allegory and symbolic of life in and of itself. And I thought, oh, this film is hitting very deeply and resonating with me in such a way that I can really gain a lot from it. And I just loved it. I'd like to have it as a part of my collection. Plus, I think that the soundtrack was just tremendous. I'm not sure who did the soundtrack. It sounded kind of like one that excuse me, one that maybe Hans Zimmerman did, but I'm not for sure. It's hard to tell. I know certain modern day composers just by the way they sound, by the way the chord progression that they use, and just the pattern of their music. But if he was mentioned, then I completely missed it. But needless to say, it's a really good film. If you have a chance to see it, do, because it's underrated, and it's just a solid comedy that's extremely good. The plot is maybe a little bit cliched, but I loved it. I would give it 4 out of 5 just because of how funny it is. And then there are a lot of crazy things that happen. It's just a comedy of errors, so to speak. But in the end, everything turns out okay. And the characters are better having come out of the journey. And you think, oh, yeah, that's a metaphor for life and all that. But I really don't have that much else to say about Father Figures, other than it's a really splendid film. And it can be enjoyed by all, really. It's that good. So I shall check you around and catch you on the flip side. Live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie. Hi, baby.